Yeah, g'day there, how you going? It's Dave in the Philippines here. I haven't done a video recently. I've been pretty busy doing odd little jobs and wasn't out much, so I thought I'd get out today and go for a bit of a walk around where I live. And I've come down to a park at the other end of where I do live. It's not bad, it's quite a nice little area actually. It's like there's a small playground for kids. There's basketball courts, it's the local councils here, the police, a few other officers. It's a nice walk from home. So I just thought I'd do a catch up. It's now September, end of September, and I've been here for 15 months. So enjoying it more now than I did in the first 6 to 8 months, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm more than settled in. The house is finished. We're doing a few odd little jobs. So I've got more time to myself, and I've really sorted my garage out in the last couple of weeks. It was a mess, so I had stuff everywhere. But I moved a few cabinets around and there's heaps of parking there now. I'll keep a small truck in there and 2 small motorbikes and a scooter. And still got heaps of room to move around. I think I've got a workshop. I've got a welding bench set up in the process now of welding up some frames for a water tank I'm going to put up on a tower, and you put it up high and it gives you a bit of water pressure, because the floor of the water, the higher you go up, the better the pressure. So I've gone up about 10 feet, which is plenty. Other than that, not a lot on that I know of. COVID's pretty well stuffed here. It amazes you. You go into the big areas out of town. The shops are flat out. Builders are busy. You can't get a builder for the love of money. Electricians, plumbers, anything like that. You've got to hunt around and someone will do it for you if you want it done. There's that many houses having add-ons, tearing it down, rebuilding it. The Philippines used to be looked on as a third world country. I don't really think it is a third world country anymore. I'd more or less say it's a developing country, and it's doing very well for itself. It's certainly changed a lot in the last 20 years. The first time I came to the Philippines was in 2000, and I've been a lot over the last 5-6 years. I've been here a lot. Now that I'm living here, you can see it. But every kid in the street's got a flash mobile phone. Not a cheap little thing. Better than I've got myself. Everyone's got motorbikes and cars. There's more Ford Territories and Ford Rangers on the roads here than there are possibly back in Australia. The Filipinos here have got money, and there's work, heaps of work. And if people can't get work here, they just set up their own little business. They'll sell stuff outside the shop. They'll take a little bit hand trolley and sit outside the supermarket and sell the same sort of stuff they sell in the supermarket outside the door. They know the people are going to go there. I went there the other day and I said to the wife, I said, look at this. They're selling all the same sort of stuff they sell in the shop. I says, I don't know what the prices are, but I said, good on them, We bought some onions and some fruit and some vegetables from them. And yeah, why not? Support some small little person. It goes a long way. And from what I see on the internet, Australia's, especially Victoria, to me, it's just a joke. I'd hate to be there. If you saw Daniel Andrews crossing the road, you'd run the prick over. He's just a fucking idiot. He's destroyed the small businesses have absolutely been totally destroyed. Retail, and forget all about tourism. That's gone out the window, and that's not going to be back for quite some time. The airlines, the airlines shut down. Everyone thinks, they'll get back up again. What a lot of people don't realise is, the pilot has to do so many hours a month to keep his licence. If he's off work for 3 to 6 months, he'd have to reset all his tests again at the cost of thousands of dollars. It's not like just getting a motor car licence, going down and paying $25 and getting 5 or 10 years. You've got to do so many. You've got to do so many flight hours to maintain your license. It's mind-boggling. And what's it going to cost to travel? Like if I wanted to go back to Australia, you basically can't at the moment. And when you can get on a flight, if the flights do come up, they'll advertise them. So there's a flight on the next month, end of the month, whatever. And you can book. But you can bet your bottom dollar. Your ticket will be cancelled 2 or 3 weeks before the flight. But we can get you on a business class ticket. Yeah, up the ante. We can get you on the plane, but you're going to have to pay business class. And that's happening all the time. And then wife and I wanted to go back to the Philippines. Back to Australia, sorry. To see, I want to see my daughter, catch up with friends in Tonga where I was living. And it's just, the price is just prohibitive at the moment. To fly out there, be staying in quarantine in Australia for 2 weeks, the cost of just under $3,000 it is for 2 of us. I'm not saying that the government should pay for it, but the cost, when you're staying in a hotel, right, if you stay in a hotel, if you're a guest there, you get a decent meal. You pay, under quarantine, you pay the same money, and you get a shit meal served up in a tinfoil tray. The sheer value alone would probably be about $5 to $10, $10 maximum. I've seen them. I've had a few friends who've gone over there and sent pictures. They said, that's our meal. It's like a doggy bag. It's absolutely disgusting. I wonder why Australia, when I came over here, I thought, I'll eventually go back to Australia to live. But the way Australia's going, with all these new laws the police have got and everything else, is it worth going there? No, you've got no rights. You've got people being arrested in the street. Little old ladies, pregnant women. Andrews is like Pol Pot, Adolf Hitler. He just thinks he's a man possessed with power. You will do what I want. I can't, it's mind-boggling. He's just an absolute dickhead. The worst thing of all is in Canberra. What's the government doing about him? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The Prime Minister's just as bad as him, and the Prime Minister's done a good job. I really think he has. He put a lot of financial help out there for everybody, trying to get the country back on its feet. This pandemic that they've had there, and had worldwide, is something that hasn't happened before. So you can't say he's experienced at it, but he's done a bloody good job of handling it. But they should come out. Andrew should be kicked out. He should be booted out the door. They should come to his office and say, pack your stuff and get out. You know, they've got to pay him. If they say, he's got a contract, just pay the bastard, but get rid of him. He's a blight on society. He's a blight on Victoria. Victoria has absolutely been destroyed. You wait and see when everything's opened up and houses are selling again. Oh, I'd hate to think of the percentage rate, but I reckon there'll be a bloody lot of people who want to get out of Melbourne. Melbourne, 2 or 3 years ago, most desired city to live in the world. I think somewhere in the outback would be better at the moment. But that's terrible. I shouldn't be talking about Australia. I'm in the Philippines. It's too that's the same thing we're talking about. But here, no, I quite like it here. Here's the park I'm in. So you see, it's quite a nice little park. It's tidy, there's no rubbish, they keep it clean, which is good. That's one thing Filipinos don't do well here, is rubbish. They'll come out of the shop drinking a plastic bottle of Coke or a can of Coke, and they'll drink it and they just drop it. Yeah, they just drop it where they are and keep walking. Every street's got rubbish on it. And it's sad. All it takes is take it home and put it with your rubbish. Well, outside if you drink it close to the shop, there's crates and bags there, put it on, give them empty back. It's not good at all. But no, I like it here, my wife likes it. She does want to go back to Australia, see everybody, which I understand. I actually said to her, I said to her a few months ago when we could have got back there very early on the piece, but I didn't want to go into quarantine. I couldn't be bothered with the hassle. And she said, I wouldn't mind. I said, if you want to go so you can help your sister, you can go. She can go for a year. I said, I'll come later when everything's back to normal and I don't have to go through that crap. Luckily she didn't go because she would have been away longer than a year. But yeah, life's pretty good. The worst thing here is the sound of dogs barking, chickens. It's one of those things you either put up with. There's no good going crook about it. Filipino, if you hear chickens crying and roosters crying, which you do hear all the time, like in Australia, if someone's dog did that, you'd go over and belt it with a stick. If you did put someone's rooster here, they'd kill you. They think more of their roosters than they do of their house, their car, their motorbike. They love them. Filipino blokes here, they love their roosters. They buy expensive ones. They train them up. There's places down the road from home. There's cockfights all the time. I've never been. I must go one day. And yeah, they're all mad on it. The wife's been to them. Not since we've been here, but she's been to them before. Her father, he's got them at home. He's got fighting cocks at home. But as far as I know, he's never taken them. But he may have, I don't know. But I better get off my arse, I suppose, and head on home. But no, it's been good to do another video. I needed to do one. I'll see you later. You take care. Hope you're all well back there. See you later.